Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim, back with another video. Just sitting here by this nice little lake in this park I found here in Bangkok, just enjoying just a beautiful sunny morning. Back home in Montana it's snowing, so I'm glad to be out here in the heat, in the sunshine. Anyway, today I want to turn the camera on and talk about solo travel for introverts. Okay, I am a huge introvert. Part of the reason I make these videos is because it's a lot easier for me to like talk to people and have friends online than to like meet them in person. So I'm a huge introvert and also a solo traveler. So I wanted to talk about kind of what solo travel feels like when you're an introvert. And I have to say, I think that we as introverts are just like suited for solo travel probably better than most people. I think solo travel as an introvert might be as close to heaven as you can come here on earth. And the reason I say that is because we as introverts, like, we love our own space, we love being left alone, we love just kind of like doing what we want to do, not being bothered by other people. When you're traveling by yourself, when you're going to a strange city in a different part of the country or a different part of the world, there's never going to be a time when you feel more alone. Okay, you are leaving all your friends and family and all your support group. You're leaving them behind and you're going somewhere where you know nobody, there's nobody there to help you. If you get in trouble, you're on your own. And for a lot of people, this is like the big issue they have with solo travel. People don't like being all alone in a strange place, nobody to turn to for help. Introverts though, like, this is what we do. Like this is our natural state. Like, this is where we bask. This is the sun we bask in. It's just like having to figure it out for ourselves, not having anybody bother us. You know, when you hop on a plane and you touch down in a foreign city, nobody cares about you, right? There's nobody to help you. There's nobody to bother you. That's more important. There's nobody there to bother you. And for an introvert, this is beautiful because there's no one you have to check in with. There's nobody that's gonna come over and wanna talk to you. There's nobody to bother you because all the people you know are hundreds or thousands of miles away. So that's why I say, like, solo travel is great for an introvert. It is great because you get to be all alone, somewhere new, and you have to figure everything out for yourself. It's up to you. But this is what we do as introverts. Also too, when you're in a new place, new city, new country, and you're exploring, when you go with other people, you kind of have to give in to their demands. If the group wants to go here, you got to go there, at least some of the time. You know, every now and then you get to your pick, but you know, you got to give in sometimes and do what the rest of the group wants to do. It might be stuff you don't want to do. Or if you go with a travel buddy or a partner, same thing. Sometimes they're gonna want to do stuff you don't want to do. Sometimes you're gonna want to do stuff they don't want to do. You got to compromise and all this other stuff. You got to sacrifice. When you're solo traveling by yourself, you don't have to do that. And as introverts, we're kind of like selfish people on some level. So we like, you know, being able to just do what we want to do, go where we want to go. Solo travel, it's all you. You get to figure out the itinerary, you get to go where you want to go, you can eat when you want to eat, you can leave when you want to leave. If you just want to sit in the hotel room all day, which is what I do. A lot of times I'll go to a new place and I'll spend a couple days just sitting in the hotel room. You know, I go out, I explore, I do other things, but a lot of times I just sit in the hotel room because that's what I want to do. If I want to sit in my hotel room and watch Law & Order, that's what I'm going to do. And when I'm traveling by myself, I can do that. You know, a lot of people don't get that, but I think my fellow introverts will. Like, you know, I've made videos where I was in different places and people are like, you traveled all the way there just to sit in your hotel room? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm sitting in a hotel room in Manila, or, you know what I mean? Like in the Philippines. Like, I'm not sitting in a hotel room back home. You know, there's no difference for me traveling somewhere new and sitting in my hotel room than when I'm out doing something like this. I'm in a new place doing something I enjoy. Some days I enjoy being indoors, some days I enjoy being outdoors. My fellow introverts, I know y'all will get that. A lot of extroverts or normal people won't get that. They got to be out doing something. They got to be with the group, experiencing something. Sometimes as an introvert, we just want to hide out. We want to sit somewhere and read a book or just watch a show or listen to music. Like, so that's why I really recommend, if you're an introvert and you haven't been able to find anyone to travel with you, you haven't found a travel buddy that you think you can deal with for a week or whatever, just go by yourself, you know? Solo travel is something that really teaches you a lot about the world, about yourself, really a lot about yourself. Because like I said, it's all you. You got to figure everything out. So when you go somewhere new, figure it out, make it back home safe, it's all you. Like, you get all the props for that. When you travel with other people, they contribute to the cause, and even though it's still a beautiful, wonderful thing to travel, you get all the props when it's just you. When it's just you, you get all the props. It all comes back on you, all the growth as well. Like you do a lot of growing. You do a lot of growing when you travel to new places, and you single-handedly have to figure out what to do, how to do it, how to stay safe, you know, how to eat, how to communicate. When all that is you, it's great. Not to mention too, when you're solo traveling, you know, if you're single, you're solo traveling, introvert, you're single, you go somewhere, you can meet new people, you can hang out with them, you can have some short-term relationships, you can have some one-night stands, you can do whatever you want to do. You're by yourself. Solo travel, there's nobody with you, there's nobody to judge you. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do with whoever you want to do it with, and you know, then when you want to go hide back out in your hotel room or in your Airbnb or whatever, you can. You know, there's just so many benefits, I think, with solo travel. And so I think it's uniquely suited to introverts. If you are an introvert, you definitely, you may think you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I think this is what a lot of people, introverts, extroverts, whatever, think they can't solo travel. They just don't think they have, you know, what it takes. But you'll never know you have what it takes until you do it. I'm here to tell you, you do. I always travel solo. I know a lot of other solo travelers. None of them are anybody special. I'm nobody special. We just decided we was gonna figure it out. You know, in life, most of us don't give ourselves enough credit for being able to figure stuff out. You know, you're a grown up. You can figure stuff out. Just because you go to a different part of the country, different part of the world, it's still the same, like, Earth. People, you know what I'm saying? Like, people still interact the same way. Like, if you got street smarts about you and common sense, it works all over the world. Like, there's not American common sense and European common sense and Asian common sense. No, common sense works everywhere. You do the same stuff to stay safe, you know, in another part of the country as you do in your neck of the woods. Like, it's, you know, but a lot of us don't give ourselves credit for that. We don't think we can do it, but trust me, you can. And it is a beautiful feeling, introverts. It is a beautiful feeling, I'm telling you, to be somewhere and nobody knows you. To be somewhere and nobody knows you, you have no obligation, because you're on vacay. You have no obligations for weeks or months, however long you stay. When you don't want to be around people, you don't have to be. If you do want to meet some people, you can go out and meet some people. But it's all on you. It's like the best free time you can ever have. The best me time you can ever have is when you're solo traveling as an introvert. It's wonderful. But it all comes down to just doing it. You know, so if there's a place you've been thinking about going, you can't find anyone to go with you, just book the ticket, just go. I'm telling you, it will become almost addictive. Once you go to that place, make it back safe, which you will, you're gonna wanna go to your next place. You know, you're gonna be hooked. All you're gonna be able to think about is the next place you're gonna go. And you just keep doing it. You just keep doing it. And it can turn into like a life goal, just like a life purpose, excuse me, that's what I meant to say. It can turn into like a life purpose. You just traveling the world by yourself. A lot of people will never understand how you do it. People are always asking me, like, how do you just up and travel to these places by yourself? I just go. I trust me. And I trust humanity as a whole. Even though I might be solo traveling, and when I do show up to new places, I don't know anybody. There are people here when I want to interact, when I need some help. You can usually find someone to help you. Even when there's a language barrier, you can usually find someone to translate for you. Like, just trust yourself and trust humanity. 80%, 90% of the people in the world are good. That's all the world over. Just stay away from that other 10%. That other 90% will help you, you know, use common sense. But just go out there and just enjoy traveling on your own. You can do it. You will love it. You'll get back home and be like, man, I know too many people here. You'll get back home like, man, these people is bothering me. I want to go back to such and such place where didn't nobody know me. You're just another face in the crowd. That is what I love about solo travel. I'm just another face in the crowd. Like, no one's checking for me. I just do what I want to do. It's rare in life you really get the opportunity to just like totally do what you want to do. So yeah, solo travel affords you that opportunity. Trust me on this one, people. Just book the ticket, go somewhere new, go by yourself, be in your own little introverted bubble. It will be okay. You'll love it. Like I said, it'll become something you just want to keep doing. Be something you just can't stop doing if you love travel as much as I think you do if you kept watching this whole video. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. People keep looking at me crazy. Which I'm starting to learn to love. I'm starting to learn to love people wondering, what is this dude doing? But hey, these YouTube videos is how I'm able to travel solo as an introvert. So I'm gonna keep making them. Book the ticket. Talk to y'all later.